Because when we'd gone shopping, we'd used up all the food in our house, and we were starting eating the carpet and stuff like that, and we realised we had to go shopping. And we heard this radio play, and it was about a lady from the 17th century, and she was very famous, and she was from Godalming, which is very near here, and she was famous at the time for giving birth to rabbits. So, she was known as the Rabbit Lady, and she fooled a lot of physicians for a while, and she used to stuff the rabbits up her, and then go, oh, it's a rabbit. And that was the best pulling rabbits out of a hat that I ever heard of. And it fooled everything, and it went up to the king, and the king's physician looked at her and everything like that. She was a common lady, and she was going to get her portrait painted. That's how much fame she had. And then she was cut out, and I think they threw her into prison and stuff like that. So if anybody intends to give birth to rabbits tonight, do not do that. If you've done it, I would go, oh my God, that's amazing. But I heard the play, I've looked it up on Google, so it's true. So don't even spend it. I am going to start, as I always say, just to give you a benchmark. And then you can think, I can. And if you're trembling there like this, we've got a Portsmouth poetry contingent up. And they're trembling there like that, thinking, oh my God, we're up in Guildford. But I always read and then you think, oh, for God's sake, I could do better than that hairy Irish guy anyway. So that's the purpose of me reading. As you can see, I dressed myself this morning. Because if Janet dressed me, she wouldn't have let me out in these and stuff like that. My God, no way. John, did you dress yourself this morning?
Never.
Never?
No, I have handmaidens.
You have what?
Handmaidens.
Oh, hand?
Yes,
I thought you said handbag.
Right. I know, I thought you dressed yourself because, it looked like that. Anyway, as you can see, I've got poetry in my jeans. Those holes in my jeans are for holding the poetry. I shall now start with a little poem called That's One Small Step. And if you ever had any little small John Hudson's, you know where this poem is coming from. One small step. Vest on, inside out. 2 legs in the one knicker hole. Shoes on, back to front. I dressed myself by myself. So I see. So I see. Thank you. We had gone down to the wilds of Portsmouth. It was a very rainy Saturday. The rain was we were driving and the rain was driving against us. We started to take photographs and we couldn't because the rain was so much. It was, what's the name of your group down there again?
Tongues and Grooves.
Tongues and Grooves. It was their 10 years of being themselves. So we went down to their poetry festival, and it was the loveliest, most friendliest festival you could ever meet on your life. It was just a people-friendly thing. It was just people from Steve, who was serving the tea, to the poets themselves. It was great fun. So obviously we'll go for the next year. One of the things we were in a workshop, and they gave us a card, an art card, and we had to react to it, and we had 10 minutes to write a poem. I took 30 seconds to write my poem and just looked at the card and went, and in 30 seconds. So I then had 9.5 minutes, and then I produced the second poem. And I thought, oh, I'm on a roll. By the time I got to the third poem, the magic had vanished. And I thought, that's just the way it goes. So I shall, in honour of Tongues and Grooves being 10 years old, I shall read the poems I wrote at their festival. So this is the card, and it's to the end of everything, it's called. Windsocks and seagulls claim the skies as their own, whilst landlocked anchors cry for the ships they knew, living quietly now with lobster pots on sun-kissed quays, nailed to the ground by their shadows, longing to escape themselves, sail through time to the end of everything. And that was the one that was written 30 seconds, as you can tell. This is called Now Live. I place the tree there. I place the sky here. I add a bird. I subtract the bird. I alter a mountain, place it to the left, to the right. I let the little stream run. I add a sun, turn it up. I walk between the spaces between seconds. Check each moment is perfect. Only then do I allow time to unfurl, flap in the breeze. Then I stop it all. I adjust a molecule or two, place you at the centre of the big green field, you in your dress of bright blue, then I, like a long ago sultan or a third-rate magician, command the memory, now live. And the last poem from me is called Missing. I always remember when John Hudson was a bicycle. Now, I remember him being a bicycle because I was a tricycle. And I thought, when I grow up, I want to be a bicycle like John Hudson. And then when I grew up, John Hudson shape-shifted into being human. So, of course, I had to just keep following. But this is about the time when John was indeed a bicycle. It's called Missing. Once again, the bicycle had come here of its own accord to take in the view and escape its role. Now it was, 2:30, and it must hurry home before its human realised it was missing. Thank you. Now our first poet has disappeared. He's usually